have here are called fiddleheads. Now, what fiddleheads are the young spring shoots of the fern. I'm sure everybody has seen a fern, knows what one looks like. Well, there's lots of different kinds of ferns. Here's one that's opening up a bit. But the ones that are good edibles are from the ostrich fern. Let me see if I can pick a good one. I'm going to take this one here. A few different ways you can tell the ostrich fern. First of all, the stalks are hairless. Some ferns have hair on the stalks. Another thing is, and this isn't a very good example, you can see it a little bit better on this. They have this like sort of brown papery substance that sort of covers them when they're really young. You can see there. There's usually some clinging to the fiddlehead itself. We got a bunch of rain last night, so it's kind of caked on there, some of it. But anyway, the major telltale sign, if you look at this, the stalk, it's kind of U-shaped. It's got this deep groove up the inside of the stalk, and that's very characteristic of the ostrich fern. And these are by far the best edible fiddleheads. I'm sure, I think I've heard that there's others, but I know that there are some that are not edible. So I would just look for the ostrich fern. Stay away from any that you don't know what kind they are. These are right next to my house. The ferns go here every year. I was hoping to find some further out in the wild, but for now I'm going to take these and show you how you can cook them. And these are the old stalks from last year. In fact, let me show you here. You see these fiddleheads shooting up there? This is an old one from last year. That's very characteristic, and that's the reason they get the name ostrich fern, because they say these look like ostrich tail feathers sticking up off an ostrich. They stick up out of the old, I don't know what you call it, the old plant. Here's one that's fallen over. And anyways, right out of that same plant are where the new ones come up out of. You can see down in here, the little tiny ones just starting to pop out. So yeah, I'm gonna pick a few. I'll show you what we do with them. Okay, here's the fiddleheads. And what I did, I cleaned them up and I just blanched them for 2 minutes in some boiling water. What I'm gonna do now is saute them in some butter with a little salt and pepper, and throw some lemon juice on them at the end. So now I'm just sauteing them in some butter for about 3 minutes. I might do 4 minutes if I had some more, but there's not very many here and they're pretty small. A lot of people cut a lot more of that stem off than this. I just leave them. They're maybe just a little bit tougher than the spirally part, but not too bad. And I just like to get a little bit more bang for my buck, a little bit more food out of it. All I'm gonna do is put a little salt and pepper on these, and then I'm just gonna put a little drizzle of lemon juice on them. There's lots of different ways out there to cook fiddleheads. This is a very, very simple one. If you can just look up fiddlehead recipes, lots of people have their own way. This is a very simple one we got from a girl named Danny Spees. Her YouTube channel is Clean and Delicious. My wife and I like it. Learned some interesting stuff on there. This is a way she recommends eating them, and I gotta tell you, they're quite good. She describes them as sort of a cross between asparagus and a green bean, and that's probably a pretty good description. This is Shaylin's first try of a fiddlehead.
Hi! Tastes like a fiddle.
So Shaylin really did like the fiddleheads. She came back for more. She just always has to be a character. But I wanted to show you these ostrich ferns opened up. This is probably about 3 weeks later, and they're probably 18, 20, maybe even a little taller. A few of them still yet to completely open up. But yeah, it's just a very short seasonal window for those fiddleheads when they're in the edible stage, when they're small. Probably only a week or two long. And if we were back in my home state of New York where I grew up, I could have taken you to a place where I could find hundreds of them. But here in Missouri, I actually don't know a very good fern spot other than right here on the side of my house. So I'll keep my eyes open as I'm out wandering through the woods this year, and maybe next spring I'll find a good wild fiddlehead spot. But for now, you just have to deal with these ones on the side of my house. I wanted to mention just a little bit about the nutrition. They're very high in vitamin A and beta carotene. Let's see, they got vitamin C in them, I know. Some other vitamins and minerals as well. Vitamin A is the highest. They're also very rich in antioxidants and omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids. So if you get a chance to get them during the spring when they're sprouting, I would take advantage. They're a wonderful treat that everybody should try at some point, and they're very good for you as well. So I hope you get a chance. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.